Hi, I'm Lisa. People who are truly fluent in English can easily understand the vocabulary and the expressions in news articles. And they not only know the meaning of the words, but they can pronounce them correctly. I selected this specific article because it has a lot of good vocabulary that you, my advanced learners of English, should know. And it contains some words that my students often mispronounce. The article is from the Los Angeles Times newspaper. It talks about some recent news about Elon Musk. I think most people know who he is. He's the owner of SpaceX, Tesla, X, formerly Twitter, and other companies. After we learn the words, I will pause to give you a chance to repeat so that you can practice your pronunciation. There's a lot to learn in this video. Let's get started. The headline of the article is, Elon Musk becomes world's first trillionaire. Here's what 1 trillion can buy. And the first sentence of the article says, catapulted by the market debut of his rocket company, SpaceX, Elon Musk is now the world's first trillionaire. You know the word millionaire and billionaire, and there's also trillionaire. This is a million, and a billion is 1 followed by 9 zeros, and a trillion is 1 followed by 12 zeros. So 1 million millions is a trillion. And the article says if you were to put the money together, it would go to the moon and back over 200 times. The article also says it would be $122 for every person on Earth. Let's look at the pronunciation of some words. This is a word that most non-native speakers struggle with. Have you been pronouncing it correctly? Let me teach you how to say it perfectly. Look at the W and the R. We're going to ignore the O and we're going to say were. So the O is silent, were. And then we put a schwa sound between the R and the L. Earl. You can visualize it like this. World. But don't say old, just say old. World. Or maybe this helps. World. You say it. Say this. All over the world. It's a worldwide company. You say it. And now you can say it perfectly. Let's look at the TR of this word. We don't say tr, we say tr. The TR combination changes the sound a little bit. Tr. Repeat after me. Try, trust, training. Or in the middle of the word, control. We don't say control, we say control. Introduce, attractive, atrocious. Do you know what atrocious means? It means horrible, awful. And now let's say the word together, trillionaire. And now let's say the whole phrase, world's first trillionaire. You say it. Let's look at this sentence from the article. Catapulted by the market debut of his rocket company, SpaceX, Elon Musk is now the world's first trillionaire. If you speak a European language, you probably know the meaning of this verb. It's usually the same word because it comes from Greek and Latin, to catapult. A catapult was originally a machine that launched rocks or other objects through the air. A catapult launches a stone. And the verb to catapult means to throw or to launch rapidly, but it's also used figuratively. And in this case, it means to cause someone to rise or to advance very quickly to a higher level of success or fame or wealth. To launch powerfully, we can say his success catapulted him to fame. The invention catapulted the company to success. And in this sentence, it means that the success of SpaceX caused Elon Musk's wealth to increase dramatically. Let's look at the pronunciation of this word. Have you been pronouncing it correctly? It's pronounced debut. Debut. It's day plus b plus u. The T is silent. Debut. And a debut is the first appearance or the first launch. The first time that something is released or made available to the public. For example, we can say, the new smartphone made its debut last week. Or, the actor made his debut in the film. And if we add an ing, The T is still silent. We say debuting. They are debuting it. Apple is debuting the new iPhone next month. And how do we pronounce this verb if we add an ed, if it's in the past tense? Do you think the T is silent still? Yes, it is. It's still silent. Debuted. The film debuted last week. In this article, market debut is talking about the stock market. The first time a company's stock is offered for sale to the public on the stock exchange. We will look at some advanced vocabulary in the next paragraph, but let's stay with pronunciation and accent just a little bit longer. Let's learn a rule about word stress. Let's look at these two words. They're two words that represent one thing. It's one company. That's a compound noun. We stress the first word and we say it like this: rocket company, rocket company. We don't say rocket company. So when we have two words with one meaning, we stress the first word. Other compound nouns are football, football. We don't say football, we say football. And we can say football game. That's a compound noun in a compound noun. Cell phone, we stress the first word. Two words representing one object. And how about this? How do we say this? You say it. Cell phone number, cell phone number. Make sure that you say it as one unit. Repeat after me. Please give me your cell phone number. So how do we say this word? You say it. Rocket company. And how do we say these three words? You say them. Did you say rocket company founder? Repeat after me. Elon Musk is a rocket company founder. But wait a minute, there's one more rule. What do we do with his name? Do we stress his first name or his second name? That's a different rule. And knowing all these rules could possibly affect whether native speakers understand your English. Because when you're speaking quickly and if you stress the wrong word, it might be difficult to understand. When we say Elon Musk, we stress the second word. We stress his last name. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. And that's the word stress rule for names of people. We stress the last name. Elon Musk. Tom Cruise. Meryl Streep. Emma Stone. Who is your favorite actor or actress? Practice saying the name with the correct word stress. Stress the last name and say them as one unit. Don't pause between the words. And now let's say the whole sentence again with the perfect accent. I will pause to give you a chance to repeat. Repeat after me. Catapulted by the market debut of his rocket company, SpaceX, Elon Musk is now the world's first trillionaire. Let's look at the next sentence of the article and let's learn an advanced word. That level of wealth, all owned by just one person, was once unfathomable. Do you know the meaning of unfathomable? It means impossible or very difficult to understand or to imagine. It's unbelievable. For example, we can say, the size of the universe is almost unfathomable. The destruction caused by the earthquake was unfathomable. Let's listen to how some native speakers used it.
It just would have been unfathomable to imagine this.
The loss of such a young woman is unfathomable.
Life without internet seems unfathomable.
We are moving through space incredibly quickly. A light year is an almost unfathomable distance to put into human terms.
Unfathomable comes from the word to fathom, and it means to understand something thoroughly or completely, especially something complicated or something mysterious. It's very common to say, I can't fathom that. It's hard to fathom. I can't fathom why anyone would want to do that. It's difficult to fathom how humans built the pyramids. It's hard to fathom that smartphones didn't exist 25 years ago. Let's listen to how some native speakers used it.
I can't fathom why somebody would make something like that up.
Again, I can't fathom what promotion he's angling for here.
It's really hard for us to fathom the amount of time and dedication it took.
Let's look at the interesting origin of this word. Originally, a fathom was a unit of measurement equal to 6 feet, or 1.8 meters. And it was used by sailors to measure the depth of water. To fathom the ocean means to measure its depth. But over time, the meaning expanded. We can say to fathom an idea. And that means to understand its depth or its complexity, to understand it completely. So if something is unfathomable, it cannot be measured, it's too complex or too shocking to understand. It's a great word. And your homework is to use this word this week when you're speaking English. Let's repeat the sentence again with the perfect accent. Listen to which words I stress and listen to my intonation and repeat after me. You will notice the intonation goes up, and then down. Listen and repeat. That level of wealth owned by just one person was once unfathomable. Let's learn a few more words from the article. Let's look at the next sentence. Before Friday, the $1 trillion mark was reserved for measures like the GDP or staggering debt of a handful of major economies. You probably know the meaning of GDP, gross domestic product. Let's make sure you're pronouncing it correctly. And here is the rule about stress when there are abbreviations, when it's an acronym. Say them as one unit and stress the last letter. We say it like this, GDP. Don't pause between the words. It's not GDP, it's GDP. Let's practice some more abbreviations. How do we say this one? CEO. Don't pause, it's one unit, CEO. FBI. UCLA. ASAP. Can you think of some more abbreviations? The GDP is the total value of all goods and services produced in a country, the total economic output of a country. We can say the country's GDP grew by 3% last year. Let's look at the adjective staggering. Staggering debt. If something is staggering, it's extremely large or shocking. It's so large that it's difficult to believe. It's staggering. We can say the company reported a staggering profit of $50 billion. Let's listen to how some native speakers used it.
It's staggering if you think about Coca-Cola. They sell 1.5 billion servings every single day.
The number in homeless shelters has increased a staggering 41%.
It's a staggering number.
This is absolutely staggering.
Have you been pronouncing this word correctly? Did you know that the B is silent? We say debt, debt, staggering debt. Don't say debt. If you owe money, you have debt. You need to pay off your debts. Do you know some of the other English words with the silent B? Which ones can you think of? How about thumb? No B, thumb. Lamb, plumber, bomb. What if we add ing? What happens to the B? It still remains silent. We say bombing, bombing. And this airplane is called what? Bomber. Same thing, bomber. Now let's look at handful. A handful of major economies. And handful means several or a few. We can say a handful of students passed the exam. And I have to teach you a common way that handful is also used. What does it mean if I say he is a handful? That child is a handful. It means difficult to control, difficult to manage. It's too much. It requires a lot of energy. We can say, the little boy has so much energy. He's a handful. We can also use handful for a difficult project, a difficult job. It was a handful. Let's listen to how some native speakers used handful this way.
It's tiring and he's a handful, but he's also super cute and really fun.
He's a handful, but I love him.
Co-wrote, produced, starring in.
Yes.
That's a handful.
That is a handful.
Was it a handful?
It was a handful.
Okay.
And now let's practice your accent. Repeat after me. Before Friday, the $1 trillion mark was reserved for measures like the GDP or staggering debt of a handful of major economies. To keep expanding your knowledge of English vocabulary, make sure that you regularly read news articles. They contain a lot of words that educated native speakers know and use regularly. Another option is to enroll in my course, 400 Advanced Words You Must Know for Fluent English. In that course, I also teach you a lot of rules about pronunciation and accent, and you have a chance to practice with me by saying the new words in sentences. And there are quizzes and conversation practice exercises and a lot more. To learn about that course and the other Accurate English courses, go to accurateenglish.com. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.